I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test part 322, sport. That's on page 172, while doing morning stretching and sports here the key figures. So not the chapter sport. And if you participate in the morning stretching, that is at your own risk. So sport, first person here named is Sir Ludwig Goodman. He worked on helping people with spinal injuries, and he played a part in establishing the Paralympics. Then there is Sir Roger Bannister. I don't want to look it up. So now with Ludwig Goodman, what was it exactly? Because we're not going to read who Sir Roger Bannister is. But Sir Roger Bannister is not running, and he ran as the first Brit in 1954, a mile under 4 minutes. And then is Sir Jackie Stewart. He was driving cars, and he won 3 times the World Championship in Formula 1. Then there is Bobby Moore. He captained the English football team to the World Cup win, which was hosted in the United Kingdom of 1966. I don't know if that was correct. Then there is Baron Ian Botham here. Baron Ian Botham. He captained the English cricket team, and he made several cricket records in battling and bowling. Then there's Jane Torval and Christopher Dean. They together danced on ice figure dancing. They said ice dance. And they won 4 times the championships, and I think the winner of the Olympic Games was in 1984. Was that in cool? Okay, then is here Sir Steve Redgrave. Sir Steve Redgrave, he rowed. He's one of the greatest British rowers, so about. And I think he won 5 times gold. Do we really have to know exactly what medals they have written with there? The sport, yes, to know the sport, but really all the medals in detail were 2 or 3. And then I'm going to go to this in a moment. The last person named is 15 years old. What medals to remember if the whole thing is 15 years old? So much could have changed in the time, and no, a new sport persons could have appeared there. Now, Baroness Tanny Gray Thompson, she participated in the Paralympics a couple of times. She won a couple of medals. She won the London Marathon, I think 6 times. She broke 30 world records, and she got 12 medals. Not what, 30? Is that important if it was 12 or 30? For people, for the UK citizens test. And then there's Dame Kelly Holmes. She won 2 gold medals in 2004. That was in the thing, though. I think. In Evan. I don't know how it's pronounced. And that was in running. I didn't say what distance. I think. Then there is Dame Ellen MacArthur. Had we anything to remember with? I had something with the round table of Arthur and so on. Yes, maybe it was back in the thing. The round table of King Arthur. King Arthur, that's the legend we had for this. That's one long title of a poem. So Gimby and the Arthur's Knights. The Knights of the Round Table in King Arthur's Grimsby. So Dame Ellen MacArthur, the Round Table of King Arthur. She sailed around the world single-handed in 2004 in a new best time. Then there is Sir Chris Hoy. So he was driving a bicycle. It was quite fast. But I don't know what he was. Then there's David Weir. No, I'm a bit confused. Now let's skip to. So Sir Mo Farah, he ran in 5,000, 10,000 meter, did he win gold in 12 and 60. And then there's Sir Bradley Wiggins. So it must be David Weir now making distance running in the wheelchair of the Paralympics. And he won 6 times the London Marathon, and he got 6 medals. And then there's Sir Bradley Wiggins. That must be then the other bicycle driver, Sir Bradley Wiggins. He won the Tour de France as the first Briton in 2012. And I think also the World Championships a couple of times. Then there's Dame Jessica Ines Hill heptathlon. She won heptathlon. I don't know. So in 7 disciplines. There was something about records breaking also. Then there's Andy Murray. He won Wimbledon in 13 and 16, and the US Open in 12, and gold in 12, and gold and silver in 12, and I think in 16 won another gold in tennis. And then Ellie Simmons, she was the youngest of a British Olympic team in 2008, and she won something in swimming, gold. And then there's Sir Francis Chichester. Well, he drove around the world, and it was faster as the second name to Sir Robert Knox Johnson. So these two were sailors around the world. And then there is Damon Hill, Lewis Button, Jensen Button, and I think it was a fourth person name. But these three are successful Formula One drivers. These were the sport persons. We will go over them, no, differently. We will go in the next part at the beginning over what was written in sport and go over it all again. If you were just here for sport, you can go directly to the next part where we will do it at the beginning, the sport, what was written there, and then persons of film. And that is then actually the end. But we will continue, we will go through all the, again. So, if you will be just here for sport, then you can go directly to the next part. We will do now morning stretching, and if you participate in morning stretching, what is the difference? Then we're extending a bit more of a shoulder wide apart, and we're doing forward shoulder circuits, so go back, up, front, and down. The radio telescope was in Chichester. Last one. And now in the front. Up. Last one. And now we're breathing in, lifting the shoulders up. And out and then fall down. And again in. And out. And again in. And out. And again in. And out. Last one. And out. Now breathe in, do the abdomen pucker, with the arms up. And keep normal breathing. While you reach high, you pretend to take an apple hanging high in an apple mouth, to turn it a bit around, and then to back it out, and half the fluid. A few more. And last two. Now we're doing a shift up. Legs are standing wide apart. We're lifting the arms up to a T. Breathing in. And out. We're shifting just to the upper part of the body over to one side. In into the middle. Out over to the other side. Again, in into the middle. Out over to the other side. In into the middle. Out over to the other side. In into the middle. And last round out. In into the middle. And out over to one side. In into the middle. Out, we're leaning onto our knees, and we're doing the buffalo fighting its hangover. Breathing in. And out, my shoulder and front. And in the shoulder back. Out, the other shoulder and front. In, shoulder back. out, in, little shoulder back, out, shoulder and front, in, little shoulder back, out, shoulder and front, and in, last time, and out, in, and out, and we're hanging down, and breathe deep in, and out, leg. Again, in, and out over to the other leg. Breathe again in, and out into the middle. Breathe in, and out we're coming slowly up with a round back, making it up backwards. Now we're garden pose. The toes are pointing to the outside. We're having an ulnar length space between the heels. We're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out, we're going down, and we're placing the elbows against the insides of the knees. We're breathing in, and you can pretend to come up with a back against a straight wall. More. And out again, down. And again, in. And out, back into the garden pose. And again, in, straighten up. And out again, leg up. And in. And out. Last time, the garden pose. We are breathing in. And out, we're coming slowly up in one straight line. And now, the seahorse pose. We're having a good standing leg. The other leg with the heel on top of the knee of standing leg. We're breathing in. And out, and we're sinking down. Because only if we can do it without injuring yourself. Okay. The Oprah's Will by Benjamin Britten. Billy Budd and Peter Grimm's book. Billy Budd and Peter Grimm's, and A Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. About one of the knights at the court of King. I will change it back. Okay, the things of cricket. The sayings, the expressions. Rain stop play. Betting on a sticky wicket. Bowling a googly. It's just not cricket. And there was one in the middle. Betting a straight bet. So one was not betting. Playing a straight bet. Betting on a sticky wicket, playing a straight bet. Bowling a googly. It's just not cricket, lane stop play. Last exercise. Exhaling one part, breathing in. And out. Again in. Out. Again in. And out. Again in. Out. The last round, breathe in. Out. Again in. Out. Breathe in, close the legs. And out. That was a morning stretching. I thank you very much, and until next time.